Is there something wrong with you? Even though it feels like you're doing everything right, somehow nothing's happening. It's like progress is happening for everyone but you. So, what the hell is wrong with you? Well, the problem isn't you, it's actually how you think. Let me share something inspired by the 3-2-1 mindset. It's a simple framework created by James Clear, the guy who wrote Atomic Habits, the book that sold over 10 million copies. Every week in his newsletter, he shares 3 short ideas, 2 quotes, and 1 question to get you thinking in a new way. This video doesn't follow that exact format, but I've broken it down to make it easier to understand, easier to use, and not just to help you think differently, but to actually live differently. And it starts with how you treat yourself, especially if you're too hard on yourself. I mean, have you ever noticed how quick you are to judge your own work? Like, before it's even finished, you're already criticizing every little piece of it. That kind of pressure to make everything perfect can slow you down before you even start. And the only way to avoid that is to keep your mind open. Let your brain breathe. Drop the idea that it's gotta be flawless right out the gate. You've got to give yourself space to screw up, to experiment, to figure shit out. Because when you're chasing perfection non-stop, you're probably not giving yourself any room to actually make anything. So don't waste all your energy on things that don't matter. When you let go of the pressure, the busy work, the need to have it all figured out, you create space. Space for focus, for energy, for shit that actually matters. That's when everything gets a little lighter, a little clearer, and you finally feel like you're actually moving. Also, stop overthinking how valuable your work is. That's not your job. Your job is to show up, try again, and get better. Because you can't control how people react. And trying to game the system, chasing what might hit, that'll just slow you down and burn you out. Sure, luck plays a role, it always does, but the more you make, the more chances you give luck to find you. It's like walking through a forest. You won't trip over something amazing if you're just standing still, but the more ground you cover, the better your odds. That's why you've got to keep moving, keep exploring. That's how you find the good stuff. Just don't fall into the trap of waiting until everything's just right, because life, it's messy as hell. It almost never lines up perfectly. If you're sitting around waiting for ideal conditions, you'll be stuck forever. That's where flexibility comes in. Not just in your work, but in how you navigate the messiness of life. So if your process feels messy or heavy or weird, good. That means you're in it. You're doing the damn work. So start asking yourself this question every day. Did you actually choose what you did today? Or were you just doing what you always do? Being busy is fine, but don't forget, you've got the power to design a life that fits you. But even when you do start making those choices, when you start carving out something that actually feels like yours, it's not always going to feel easy, and that's okay. Growth isn't supposed to be easy. It's uncomfortable. It's messy, and that's exactly how you know it's working. If everything feels safe and perfectly planned out, you're probably not growing. You're just staying where it's comfortable. That's why you've got to stop overthinking every move. Stop trying to map out every step before you take the first one. Just move. But as you grow, watch out for that all or nothing mindset. You know the one, where a missing day, slipping up on a habit, or falling behind makes you feel like it's all ruined. It's not. One day off doesn't erase your progress. Growth isn't about perfection. It's about coming back. That's how you build real momentum. And as you grow, you'll also notice how the things you love change over time. Like your favorite song hits different. A book you once liked suddenly feels deeper. Why? Because you're changing. Your perspective, your depth, the way you connect with the world, it all evolves. And that shift doesn't come out of nowhere. It's shaped by everything you've been through. The awkward moments, the failures, the stuff you wish no one had seen, even the pain. None of it's wasted. All of it feeds into the way you think, the way you create, the way you show up. It becomes part of your story, part of your voice. And when you use it instead of hiding from it, that's when things start to feel real. That's what gives your work weight. That's what gives your growth meaning. All of it adds up, you know? The mess, the missteps, the things you thought would break you. It ends up shaping how you see things, how you create, how you move through the world. So carry that with you. But also don't forget what you're already great at. Lean into the shit you're already good at. That's your foundation. And stay open. Think like a beginner. Because the more experience you get, the easier it is to stop questioning things. Beginners don't have that problem. They ask what nobody else is asking anymore. They come up with smart ideas because they are not restricted or afraid to try something new. And don't beat yourself up for not being good at everything. You're not a fucking robot. Nobody is. This isn't school. Nobody's grading you on algebra or history anymore. In real life, you choose the tests you take. You get to decide what you want. Sure, your weak spots are still there, and yeah, it's worth keeping them in check so they don't hold you back. But that doesn't mean you need to build your whole life around fixing them. Just be clear about what you want, but be flexible. Because shit changes. Plans fall apart. And if one way doesn't work, try another. Always adapt. So what's one decision you can make today that will make everything else easier tomorrow? Sometimes the simplest move is the smartest one, and a small change in your mindset can have a huge impact. In life, bad things always happen, but a negative mindset just makes those things heavier. Changing it can help you carry the load better. When stuff gets hard, when you're stressed or burned out, it's easy to get tunnel vision. You only see what's right in front of you, and it starts to feel like that's all there is. But even when everything's messy, try to zoom out. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Think long term, not just about surviving today. Because the truth is, just not quitting counts for more than people give it credit for. In fitness, that might mean not pushing too hard so you don't screw up your body. Just showing up even when you don't feel like it. With money, it's staying out of debt, saving a little at a time, not falling for shortcuts. In your work or creativity, it's staying consistent, even when it feels like no one cares. No applause, no praise, just you doing the damn thing. Longevity doesn't make headlines, but it builds real results. Still, success isn't about perfection. You don't have to get it right every time. Aim to win 80 to 90% of the time. That builds confidence and momentum, but make space for the 10 to 20% where you might fall short. That's the zone where you try something new, push your limits, and yes, fail sometimes, but that's also where growth lives. Play to your strengths, but leave space to grow beyond them. That kind of growth isn't just about what you do. It's also about who you are beneath the surface. Because even when things look good from the outside, something can still feel off if you're not being true to yourself. It's one thing to push your limits and chase progress, but it's just as important to ask, is the life I'm building actually aligned with what I care about? Also, if all your opinions line up perfectly with everyone around you, maybe you haven't really thought for yourself yet. It's okay to question things. It's okay to see the world differently. That's often a sign you're thinking deeply instead of just going with the crowd. Because if you just copy everyone around you, that's when you'll start to feel it. That weird sense that even when you're doing everything right, something still feels off. And that probably means that whatever you're looking for just isn't out there. Not yet. And when that's the case, you've really only got two choices. Settle for whatever's close enough, or make the damn thing yourself. That mindset will get you to stop waiting and stop hoping. So lean into what you're really good at. Focus on what's already working. Don't waste your time pouring energy into stuff that keeps pushing back. And while you're at it, don't fall for the hype that says faster is better. Life isn't a race. Because if you don't rush everything, that's when big ideas show up. These ideas usually don't appear when you're grinding like crazy. They show up when you slow down, when you're not forcing it, just letting things breathe a little. That's also when you start noticing things need to change. And that brings up a good question. If you had to change something now, something meaningful, even if it's small, what would it be?